Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals. This is my fatigue ray. I will be your commentator. And this is going to be a very interesting match. Many of you may have watched the version that we just came out with that had no audio. But that's awesome that you guys got to see the match right after it happened and everything. But now we are finally at the point where I'm going to be able to sit here and talk to you. Maybe I was licking my wounds for a few days, as you guys can see. The match didn't end well for us. It didn't start well. And it really wasn't... it really wasn't... I'm like losing my train of thought. But these matches happen real quick, and they just kind of the finals. The finals, I feel like, almost got away from us, and that's something that we'll talk about later, or perhaps even in another video. But this is the finals. This is the end of the 2013 December 3v3 tournament hosted by Insomnia Guild, and this is the result of a lot of stiff competition between many of the top guilds in Heroes of Order and Chaos, and it came down to Big Schlongs versus Nemesis. So here we go. They're making fun of the first game that we had between BS and Nemesis when I infamously shouted, "May the more prepared guild win," and right afterwards I'm like stuck typing that like in their farm, and they first blood. So we joke about that. We have my fatigue ray with Mystic, 21 Zarius 21 on Paladin, Commander 1007 with Jambra, Rashman or Rash with Arbor Knight, Terracus 91, Sia Tidesinger, and Enfast Junior CM with the Ruby Master who takes the lane. On a side note, personally, this is kind of for me. I mean, facing against Ron, an ex-guildmate of mine. But he's always had his own playing style, and they're very like disciplined players. They have a lot of experience in threes. Nemesis does. I like to think that BS has quite a bit of experience in threes, and we do, but it's not nearly the same as Nemesis. And this is almost like a scrimmage for them, you know. They tend to use the same heroes every time. They're playing the same way that they practice. They're not doing anything special. It is interesting that they don't use a Jambra in their lineup, but none of the heroes that they use are weak in any way, really. And you can see in the beginning, even in the beginning, we're just kind of disoriented, not really. Commander almost gets caught out of place in the very beginning of the match and teleports out just in time. And that wasn't even with elite guild skills. We all have the guild skills and everything, but recently our contributions have been affected, and so that wasn't even an elite guild teleport away that you saw. That was a normal one, taking forever with a paladin rushing at him and a Sia Tidesinger right below him. He was lucky there. So we can see already the beginnings of what kind of looks like being outplayed in the lane by Enfast Junior CM. He may already have a significant lead in CS, 11/5, and that is the trend for the rest of the game. I can assure you that love to play threes like that. Just excellent lane control by NFast Junior CM. I see a tight singer is taking our farm. Commander is able to lock down on what looks like both of those. Not sure, we'll never know about that. Maybe it's in the other replay. And they're already circling around looking to gank me. The first game between BS and Nemesis was just, like I said before, we were joking about it. It was bad. They beat us real good, and we couldn't do anything about it. And this game, I think, ended up having a little bit more dynamics that were interesting. However, the first and the second game, Nemesis came out strong and won both these matches. I am impressed. I was able to get every single creep with the wall. And it looks like I'm scared of them, and I really am. I don't want them to kill me. See, Planewalker is scouting the edges for some experience. 6 minutes in, there has been no first blood. And I just want NFast Junior CM. I'm not used to playing against Nemesis. And if we do play against them again, there's obviously a lot of things I'll think about before we go against them. But one thing is that they just don't push the lane towards me. So their Mystic is sitting in the center of the lane. The way that he controls this lane is that he just freezes it, and he lets the creeps die. He lets his creeps die, so that the lane doesn't get pushed, and it's just brutal. They get a little bit of an advantage, and then all of a sudden I can't go out there in the middle of the lane to get experience because I know that I'll just get ganked, and And that's a lot of what's been going on this whole game. Even so far, just from the very beginning, is brutal. Just the way that they're laning. Keeps the lane in the middle of the map. You can't go out there. You can't go out there and get it because of gank. Commander stuns NFAS Junior CM. Zarius decides not to rush in. Commander's taking a lot of damage and the ult. Somehow we heal him to get him out of there. Both the Mystic Walls go up in an epic display. Commander's almost first blooded. I ult in. Nemesis heals. They're all caught. Teams are down to the wire. See a Tide Singer runs out with no health. I have no mana. And then we're left with a Mystic that we just wish to kill. But it does not look like it's happening. In fact, when I saw him running away, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go and kill these things while I can. Not enough mana to finish off the Sea of Tide Singer. And this right here, this fight, that very first fight, could have just decided the entire match. They already slightly had an advantage in golden experience, and that first blood just helps them to peel away from us and snowball, and they just simply do not need us anymore. That's the way threes works. It doesn't matter if you can push through the first tower in the very beginning. If you can get through this first tower, like if Nemesis decided to try and attack and take out this tower in the first couple minutes, that would be a really bad decision because it would increase the amount of creep going down this lane and we would get fed. So they have to have a fight with both towers up. Both guilds want to fight with both the towers up for a while and establish some dominance in the map, getting ganks in the lane and getting experience without having to push past the first tower. And so Nemesis has now successfully put them in the lineup for winning the finals. Now they have first blood and they're not pushing the lane out. They don't need to engage in any fights with us. They don't need to because they're already ahead in experience. They can take dragons. They can do their objectives. However, if they can gank us, they will, of course. They already have such an advantage. NFAS Junior CM is level 8 Mystic. They are looking at perhaps ganking me in the lane. They are ganking me in the lane. I was
Your health is fading.
I ult in on their Mystic at the last second, take down his health. A little over half. But it's there's no escaping from that gank. Now Nemesis really has the lead. Still maintaining the same lane mechanics. Will not push the lane, letting the creeps die. Only taking the last hit. NFAS is not in a hurry over the dragon. They seem to be fine on their own. However, he will mosey on down there. See, when I walk up to the lane against Nemesis in this match, I just go up and auto-attack the creep and kill it all. And that's not what Nemesis is doing. Nemesis is paying attention to the map. It's clear that they have much more experience on this map than us. They're much more disciplined players. Commander comes up. Stuns NFAS Junior CM. Zarya sees an opportunity with Commander's ultimate. I ultimated as well and secure the kill for first BS blood. The score is 1-2. Nemesis still in the lead. After that hard-earned kill, I head back to base, spend my gold. This is why it's the finals, because if Nemesis just, Nemesis really does have all these things going for them, and they will the entire match. However, BS is a really good guild, and if we get a couple kills, we can establish a lead, and we can hold on to it. That is something that we are familiar with in the threes maps, and is what we're looking to do in the finals. We know that we're a comeback team, and that a lot of these really skilled threes teams sometimes come out strong, and then we can come back in the end. And this is sometimes what we're looking for too, is late game. Just being able to hang in there in the game. We've already pushed it to almost 15 minutes in with only 3 deaths so far on both teams, and Commander is caught out of place in the top. Just completely out of place, and he's taken out by Nemesis in the top jungle. NFast returns to the lane. Almost 15 minutes into the game now. NFast has just reached level 10. My Fatiguer already has an Arrogance Cloak and a Ruby Ring. He's looking at another Acolyte Staff and some boots. Zarius has the Silver Spear for armor piercing, Fury Claws for attack speed at 600 gold, some mobility. Commander has what looks like a mage build, which is not what I would be picking if I was him. However, us three do manage to gank NFast Junior CM and take him out before you can even ult away. The score is now 2-3, with Nemesis still in the lead. It's the little mistakes like being caught, like up here in the farm, that cost us really the game. If Commander hadn't been caught up here a few minutes ago, then the score right now might be tied. However, you never know how the game is going to go. But as much as it seems like one team might be winning, as I said before, if the ties start to turn, both the teams are very good at being able to take advantage of any little lead that they gain. I see Commander ultimating. I come up to ultimate, but the Arbor Knight puts his ultimate up right before mine comes down on him, and he gets away without taking damage. He's a lucky Arbor Knight. Commander's still stuck in the top farms. He stuns the Paladin and is able to run away. Maybe waste a little bit of Nemesis's time, which would have been spent leveling up and getting some gold. They start to scout out Mogulsh. BS catches on to it, realizes what they're doing. I managed to take out half of Sia Tidesinger's health with just 2 skills. Nemesis decides to just camp and wait, and we didn't think that they would actually be waiting there for that long, so they tricked us on this one. We thought that they might be up there, but after seeing this, then we decided that they must have left. So then after all of that, Nemesis decides to just come straight down from the top. They come straight down the map and run into my Fatiguer in the farm. My Fatiguer puts up his wall and his crystal chains, tries to ultimate out. NFast is hot on his trail.
Your help is needed.
My Fatiguer tries to heal, but it's not going to work, and Arbor Knight rushes in and seals the deal. Nemesis securing another kill. And almost 20 minutes into the match, it really is looking like they have the lead. They have gotten the dragon again. It does seem like Nemesis is trying to scout out Mogulsh now. My Fatiguer puts down his ultimate in hopes that if they come down to gank him, that he would be able to blink back without them seeing that happening. And it looks like that was actually a good decision, because as you can see, Nemesis is looking hungrily at my Fatiguer in the lane. They do want to gank him. So the last 15-20 seconds was actually advantageous for BS Guild. They got a tiny bit of experience in the lane and whatever, but Nemesis was spent scouting the top with no real advantage. My Fatigue misses the wall on Enfast Junior CM. If he had gotten that wall, that would have been an awesome thing for BS right then, but it did not happen. Nemesis is already taking Mogulsh. Commander shows up at Mogulsh, gets ultimated by a Tide Singer. Paladin rushes in at My Fatigue, and before he can do anything, he is taken out. Enfast Junior CM does not waste time with his ultimate either. Is able to damage Zarius. Zarius rushes away. Commander ultimates them, stuns them all, and runs away as well. The only death is My Fatigue. However, Nemesis is left with their prize. Nemesis is still working on it. Commander doing a fair amount of hassling. It's just not hurting them though. Zarius ports out right before Paladin shows up. My Fatigue sees the Paladin, knows it's coming, tries to bait him maybe into the cloud a little bit, slows him with crystal chains, puts the wall in between him. He's trying to bait him towards Zarius. Zarius shows up in time, but without a wall or any ultimate. The Paladin rushes away. And for the third time this game, Nemesis and BS walls go up in opposite directions. BS knows that the dragon is coming back. Enfast still dominating this middle lane. Unopposed in his lane. My Fatigue puts up a wall. Ults Enfast Junior CM. BS almost takes out their Mystic. But he gets away. Somehow Zarius is still alive from being healed. All BS members are still alive somehow. And in that whole exchange, no members died. Amazing. However, the dragon is back, and there's nothing that BS can do about it. Nemesis goes down and secures their next objective. As far as the builds here that are going along, let's look. My Fatigue just bought some defense. We have a couple people that would be proud of him for that. He doesn't like to buy defense. We have another fight coming up here. Commander running up to stun Enfast Junior CM. My Fatigue ults in, puts up crystal chains and walls, and they take out Enfast Junior CM, but it might just be too little, too late. It's already 25 minutes into the match. Nemesis has 6 kills, with BS only 3, and Nemesis has gotten all of the animals on the map. We're looking at Dragon. How many times is it now? Nemesis has taken Dragon twice. I know they've taken Mogulsh once. They haven't been able to sit comfortably in the lane. And BS is pushing Nemesis' tower, which is something they absolutely do not want. After chasing Zarius for a short while, they give up. Nemesis Guild returns back to what they were doing. BS slowly pours out onto the field. Nemesis is just camping. They come straight over. They're on the offensive here. They're looking for the kill. It's a lot of distance between BS members right now. The wall goes up over Jambra. There are no heals left. My Fatigue tries to ult in on Sia and help Zarius out on his quest to take her out. Zarya saves his ultimate for that crystal chains, but is caught by the crystal wall.
Health is fading.
Takes the ultimate from the Mystic. My Fatigue and Zarya stand there together to try and take out Sia Tidesinger, but it is not enough. Just as we thought, it might have been too little too late. Almost 30 minutes into the game, Nemesis is leading 9 kills to BS, only having 3 in the second match of the finals. Still at it, Nemesis is coming in for the gank, not letting Commander get away with any of the lane. It truly looks like Nemesis has earned the title of the champions already in the finals. Dragon has respawned, and they are hot on top of it, while My Fatigue only returns to the lane for a short while. Nemesis may be looking like they're ready to push over BS's base. Coming back into this top cloud that they seem to like camping in a lot in this match. Zarius rushes into a wall. Their Paladin comes straight from My Fatigue,
Your health is fading.
who before dying tries to ultimate their entire team. And successfully does so before watching his whole clan die. Nemesis takes out BS Guild once more at the 30-minute mark. Nemesis is at Mogos the Slicer again. And once again have claimed Mogos the Slicer. That incredibly tanky looking Sia Tidesinger, who looks like she could just fight us all for 20 minutes right now without even having to go back to base. So much HP. I don't even know what to do about that. A Mystic can't come up on a seal like that. If a Mystic comes up on a seal like that, I mean, you could probably look at examples of that. But it's just not a good combination. Mystic needs to be in the back doing some damage, and Sia Tidesinger can just get right in there and ruin his day. Never at any point did BS ever give up or cast a vote to surrender. Of course, BS Guild does not surrender, does not give up. Even when looking at players like this that have done so well in this match already, you can't give up. You got to keep trying. Is there any hope that BS can come back and actually win this match? And if you ask me, the answer is yes. Even though we were playing against what are now the champions of the 3v3 tournament, I believe that even though that they are that good of players, that that if you stick to it and you keep trying, that you can come back. And I believe that there are opportunities. Nemesis is closing down on the Dragon once again. Even more daunting for BS Guild. I believe that even now there are still opportunities for BS Guild to come back. And you can see that we're just looking for them. You know, we've already died so much in this match that we're not scared to look like idiots. We're just trying to get in there and maybe do what we can. The Sia manages to ultimate all three of us. Paladin rushes in straight from My Fatigue. Really can't do anything before being taken out. Tower damage is stacking on Nemesis Guild. Zarius rushes in and takes out the Arbor Knight and goes straight for the Sia Tidesinger. Zarius gets a double kill for BS Guild, and he moves straight on to Enfast Jr. CM, who takes him out with Crystal Chains in an auto attack. Still really good for BS Guild to take out two of their members when we are at such a disadvantage here. However, Nemesis has just acquired even more of a lead. They have 17 kills. BS only has 5 kills. And they have gotten moguls twice and Dragon at least 4 times. My Fatigue just running around, maybe looking to get into a fight with somebody. Tries to ultimate away. Enfast Jr. CM ultimates on top of him and puts down a wall in front of My Fatigue, who cannot walk any further. Zarius rushes in to maybe do some damage on the Ruby Master, throws up his ultimate, walks through the Crystal Chains, cannot walk through the wall, has to let the Ruby Master go. Their Paladin rushes in, while Commander goes for a kill on the Ruby Master, which is not going to end up looking very good. Nemesis takes out BS Guild once more. And after pushing the middle, the first tower, they try to push as much as they can, because they know that there's an increased amount of farm coming towards BS Guild now. NFAS Junior CM is their Mystic is heading back to base with low health, while their Arbor Knight and Sia managed to take it down the bottom tower. They have caused quite a bit of damage as well to the top tower for BS, unable to defend. And BS is just watching as a severely overleveled and fed Nemesis Guild is taking out their base with nothing that we can do about it. NFAS puts up a wall, but I don't want to walk back because I don't want to walk back into it. Zarius rushes in alone. There is no help coming from my Fatiguer, who has no mana. And Commander is way too late to the scene and stayed around too long. Nemesis Guild has killed them both. And now we're looking at taking the top tower easily. While NFAS goes straight for the base. He wants to become the 3v3 December Insomnia Guild tournament champions. And they are just almost there. Commander coming in looking for a stun. But NFAS Junior CM is too quick with his ultimate and ults outside of the base. There is going to be a chase if we want to catch up to them, and that chase would not end up well for BS Guild. So BS Guild decides to stop chasing. While it looks like Mogulsh may have come back, so for the third time, at 40 minutes in, Nemesis is heading back to Mogulsh. They want to finish this game. They want to go for the base, and they want to be the finalists. They are the finalists, and so is BS Guild. They want to be